some people don't believe the moon landing actually happened. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, it's your host Trenton here, as always. Welcome to Watch JoJo. So now, the Apollo program aimed to get a man onto the moon by the end of the decade. On July 20th, 1969, the US completed that goal with the Apollo 11 mission. This marked a bold new milestone in human history. On that day, Neil Armstrong became the first person to ever step onto the moon's surface. In that iconic moment, humankind transcended its earthbound limitations and traversed the surface of the moon. NASA also achieved 5 more moon landings before the Apollo program was finally decommissioned in 1972. The majority of Americans believe that the moon landing actually did happen. However, a 1994 Washington Post poll found that 9% of respondents believed astronauts may not have actually gone to the moon at all. An additional 5% were not sure. This claim that the moon landings were faked appeared to have first emerged after Watergate, at a time when the American public's trust in officials was at an all-time historic low. And one of the theory's earliest proponents seems to have been former US Navy officer Bill Kaysing, who self-published a 1976 book called "We Never Went to the Moon: America's $30 Billion Swindle." In the work, Kaysing asserted that the odds of a successful moon landing were actually a mere 0.0017%. In 1980, the Flat Earth Society advanced a particularly flamboyant theory in which Walt Disney had provided the backing for a staged version of the Apollo 11 mission. Supposedly, Stanley Kubrick, the director of 2001: A Space Odyssey, had filmed the whole thing in a Hollywood studio. And, somewhat excitingly, Arthur C. Clarke had apparently written the script to proceedings. In fact, a host of commentators have advanced moon landing conspiracy theories over the years, and not all of them are as arguably eccentric as the Flat Earth Society. These naysayers include writers, journalists, filmmakers, radio hosts, and even nuclear engineers. However, while theories as to what really happened vary, for example, some suggest the landings were real and only the footage was faked in any case, why would the US fake the moon landings? According to the conspiracy theorists, one of the main motives was winning the space race. But wouldn't that be a really risky strategy? After all, the Soviet Union had its own space program, analysts, and experts. Exposing such conspiracy would have been a massive propaganda victory for the USSR, given the potential scale and intricacy of such a supposed conspiracy. It seems doubtful that it could have been kept a secret. A plot of the kind proposed would have involved in excess of 400,000 employees who contributed to the Apollo project over the course of a decade, including the 24 astronauts who flew missions to the moon. Conspiracists claim that there is a range of evidence to support their claims, much of it photographic. In one famous NASA image, for example, the US flag appears to flutter from a flagpole on the lunar surface. Some suggest that this picture is a hoax because there is no wind on the moon. However, a lack of air drag is said to be the true cause of the flag moving. In 2017, one YouTuber user called StreetCap1 asserted that the reflection in the visor of an Apollo 17 astronaut revealed a figure of a human not wearing a spacesuit. You can see the individual looks like a man. StreetCap1 added, they seemingly suggested that the figure was some sort of stagehand, continuing on with, back in the early 70s, long hair, wearing some sort of waistcoat type thing, etc., etc. However, it is not only social media websites that bear responsibility for propagating such ideas. In 2001, for example, Fox aired a program called Conspiracy Theory: Did We Land the Moon? The special was said to have been sympathetic towards the moon landing conspiracy theories. And, in the show's aftermath, skepticism towards the moon landings reportedly climbed to a shockingly 20% among a sample polled by the network. Thanks to conspiracists, then the theories of fake moon landings have stood the test of time. May God help us all. Well, thanks for watching today, guys. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Let us know what you think about our article today. See you guys in the next one.